Irish Strykers now in pole position is Greg Kelly, and alongside him is Stephen Ross. Row 2 is Des Meehan and Paul Yeomans, and on the third row, David Reynolds and Nicole Drought. Getting ready to go, and off they go, the Irish Strykers. Greg Kelly makes a great start from pole position. Ross matches him. Watch out for Andy Dalton though from mid-grid. He doesn't qualify well, but he always gets up there. Great racer. Ross is down the outside, just blasts by Kelly there and takes the lead. Looking back from Roger Weller-Etna now, and that's Nicole Drought in the Naystars and Gem Oil car right in the middle of a hectic battle. She gets ahead of Yeomans, who was one row ahead of her on the grid. We're looking for Andy Dalton. There he is right round the outside, the orange and black car number 98. Great stuff. And we're on board now with Andy Dalton. He gets alongside Weller-Etna, has the inside line heading down to turn 3. He's in a hurry. He wants to get up to the front pretty quickly. Two relative novices in front of him. He's straight down the inside of Reynolds there to get the inside line for the second bit of turn 3. That was a brave move, and Reynolds deciding discretion is the better part of valour. We get a great view of that from behind. Up front is Stephen Ross, Greg Kelly right with him, and the beautifully presented car of Des Meehan in third place there. He's been going very well this year, number 5. Then Paul Yeomans already under pressure from the charging Andy Dalton, and then it is Reynolds and all the rest. Dalton now characteristically late on the brakes and moves himself up. He gets by 2 of them. He's up to third place. Incredible stuff from Andy Dalton. He really wants to get up to the leaders, and he's never that pushed about qualifying, but come race time he does this sort of stuff and charges up to the leaders. The Arctic Spaz car now of Stephen Ross in front. He hasn't been out much this year. Blew an engine and using a spare engine now and going nicely out front. But the mid-grade battle all really well. Nicole Drought has been up the front mid-season, but not going quite so well this weekend. Some small issue with the car. Perhaps she goes a little bit wide on the way out of Southside corner. And next on her list should be Roger Weller-Etna now. Then it looks like DC, Colin Deering coming through, Vincent O'Rourke and all the rest. And now Greg Kelly trying really hard. He's done most of the winning this year in the G2 karting car. Look at this, David Reynolds down the inside of me, and that's a great move from him. A relative novice, David Reynolds, and going really well in the Euro Car Parts car. Down the inside into that fast right-hand corner, and now defending the right-hand side as he pulls fourth gear on the back straight. Look at Dalton right out over the curbs. He tries to haul in these two in front. But Stephen Ross leading nicely, easing away now, it looks like, from Greg Kelly. We haven't seen this for much of the year. There's Deary trying to get down the inside of Roger Weller-Etna, and Nicole Drought gets up the inside of him on the exit of Southside corner. They're side by side now on the main straight, but he just eases back in front. And meanwhile, just ahead of them, it looks like, in fact, that's Deering Nicole Drought is racing with, because that's Weller-Etna just in front, and Des Meehan. Reynolds beginning to ease away from that group, so great battles all the way down the grid. That's Damien Roddy coming up there in the black car right at the back. Drought and DC dicing away there, and here they come down into 7A and B now. Great shot again from Reynolds. We're on board, and somebody's gone wide. That's Yeomans off, and sideways stuff from me, and just about hangs onto it. It's all action. Roger Weller-Etna arrives. Can he get by these two guys? Are they going to tangle? This is close stuff in Irish Strykers. Great racing from the 1800cc Zetec powered sports cars. It's getting a little bit hectic. There's DC, the newcomer, down the inside. Great stuff, known to us from co-driving and rallying, and he's taken to the Strykers like a duck to water. And look at this, he's made up a place. He's going to make another one. I think he is. He's possibly down the inside of Deering. He is up another place, and Weller-Etna trying to go with him. This is a great striker battle. Damien Roddy in there too, Nicole Drought, Yeomans at the back of it after his little excursion. It's all through paddock corner now and heading up towards the final corner. Des Meehan, looking at all this in his mirror, did well to hang on to that moment down at 7A and B. DC right round the outside of Reynolds on the brakes. Great stuff from him. Really is driving really well. And he comes out, he's already on the tail actually, with a great run out of there of Des Meehan, and looking for a way by Meehan, looking in the mirror, stays to the right hand side. Classic Mondello manoeuvre to cover the inside, but DC's good on the brakes. He's right round the outside. He's just swept around the outside again. Incredible stuff from Adrian DC. Has he got around? I think he has. He's just got to sit it out now for turn 2. Meehan thinks about sitting around the outside, but not too clever an idea. They're very quick, these Strykers, and 2 abreast to turn 2 might not be a great idea. So great battles. Deering still there. We're looking at Meehan now. Deering in front gets a little bit out of shape, and they all come together. Big shunt there. That's Deering just spinning around and nowhere to go. We're on board now with Roger Weller-Etna. Watch up front. Around goes Deering. A lift from me and Roger Weller-Etna straight into the back of him. Does a radiator. That's what that steam is. Nobody hurt, but a big shunt there at 7A and B, and that's changed the midfield of this race just a little bit. That's allowed Damien Roddy to get by Nicole Drought. She's going back at him now at the back of this group. So 4-car battle. It's DC, it's Reynolds, it's Drought, and Damien Roddy. We're on board now with Roddy, and that's Nicole Drought on the left hand side. He gives her the big squeeze. It's neck and neck now down into turn 1. The Gem Oils car on the outside. Roddy, a former front runner in this class, just coming back for a spin at the Leinster Trophy. So Stephen Ross comes through with a big effort now from Dalton and a big drift. Can he possibly have a go down the inside? No, I think Kelly's high and wide, but a last minute late break, Dalton down the inside. Kelly had to think twice as he turned in, and Andy Dalton incredibly up to second place, defends it beautifully on the exit as well, and he's got to second place from mid-grid. We did say watch out for him, but this is impressive stuff from 98 Andy Dalton. On board now with David Reynolds as he tries to track down DC in front. Both with a good clean exit, very easy to get these cars out of shape. They've got a lot of power, not so much grip, which makes them great fun to drive. Grabbing fourth gear now, and then heading down towards the bridge at Mondello Park and down to turn 1. Great straight line pace, having a go, but DC has that covered beautifully on the inside. For a race novice, he's got all the moves. So nothing Reynolds can do just yet about that place. Here comes Stephen Ross, Dalton in second place, Kelly still trying to hang on in third place. And these two have been the front-running men all the way through, but Ross with incredible pace now is just easing away. Oh, Dalton a bit late in the brakes, back, let's go. He's going to go wide. No, yes, he does, a little bit wide. He's slow on the exit as a result, and Kelly just takes that place back. Dalton was just incredibly late on the brakes, as he always is, but couldn't quite get it turned in. Kelly now on a last lap charge right out over the curbs. This is as close as he's been now, and Dalton dropping back, even though he's having a good go in the background, but nobody touching the Arctic Spas car now of Stephen Ross as he comes out looking like he's going to do the double. He won the race yesterday and looking good for the double today, and he takes the checkered flag, fist in the air. Kelly takes the championship for G2 karting in second place, and the entertainer Andy Dalton takes third. Looks like DC's going to be fourth after a great run, just holding off Reynolds, and then Nicole Drought, having got by a couple of cars in one lap, is right with them as they come across the line. So Stephen Ross takes the win, Greg Kelly comes second and takes the championship, Andrew Dalton is third, DC, Reynolds and Drought rounding out the top 6.
So Nicole, you're really doing it for the ladies, you're really doing a great job for women in Irish motorsports.
Yeah, I suppose it's gone pretty well, and as you say, it's attracting more women in motorsport as well by trying to show that women can do it as well, and it's not just the boys, the women can compete as well. Yeah, we kind of thought that today would be good for us after testing last weekend. The car seemed really well, but unfortunately it just didn't go in our favour today. We got stuck in behind battles and I couldn't get the car off the line and I couldn't get second gear off the line and stuff like that. So yeah, it was hard to make up the places, but I just finished up where I started. That's as far as I could go, unfortunately. So
now you have a nice piece of silverware there. Well done. How was it?
It was fantastic. It was great weekend.
It was a close race.
It was well. I managed to get out ahead. But the thing about Strykers is because they're all even cars. We've had 5 different winners this year, so you never know when you grid where you're going to be. So great race.
Yeah, well done, well done. And the sun is out now as well.
Yeah.
It was a bit hairy in practice, was it?
It was a little bit hairy. We had some oil down, but we didn't have rain, so it was a little bit slippy in places. But sure, same conditions for everybody.